Hi. A Roth IRA is an investment account where the investments grow tax-free, and then when you're retired and you take those dollars out, there's no taxes that you owe on them. For that reason, a lot of investors want to get their investments into a Roth IRA, but that can be a bit tricky. One process that some people go through is called a Roth conversion of an IRA, but there are some downsides to that, and I want to explain some of the basic tax concepts that go into it so you can avoid making a tax error. Of course, because you're talking about a significant tax implication, I recommend that you speak with a tax advisor before taking any action. There are three types of dollars in IRA investment accounts. First, you've got pre-tax dollars in a traditional IRA. Second, after-tax dollars in a traditional IRA. And lastly, third, dollars in a Roth IRA. They're all treated differently from a tax perspective, and understanding that they're all different is very important to understanding the consequences of a Roth conversion. I'm going to go through several slides, each explaining how a different situation would work out for an investor. This first investor has $1,000 pre-tax in a traditional IRA, no after-tax dollars in a traditional IRA, and no money yet in the Roth IRA. So they want to convert 100% or $1,000 into the Roth IRA. If they do that, they'll owe income taxes on an additional $1,000 for that year. This second investor has $1,000 in after-tax money in the traditional IRA, no pre-tax dollars. If 100% or 1,000 is converted to Roth, then there will be no income tax owed on that 1,000 in after-tax dollars. As a reminder, I'm keeping things pretty simple here. There are some complications, and this is why you do need to speak with a financial advisor. There can be growth in an IRA that we also need to take into account. So let me emphasize just one more time, speak with a financial advisor or a tax advisor before you do this. In this third example, things get more complicated and we have to talk about the IRS's pro-rata rule. The investor has $250 in pre-tax money and $750 in after-tax money. If all $1,000 is converted to Roth, then the 25% that's pre-tax is going to be taxable income when the investor files the tax return. So here we've got $250 in additional income that's going to be taxed, or 25% of the amount that was converted to Roth. If you're asking then, what if you only convert part of the account to Roth? Do you get to pay a smaller portion that is taxable? Here what we show is the same situation, except rather than convert the full $1,000 to Roth, we only do $500. But because the pre-tax represents 25% of the IRA, then 25% of the amount converted is taxable. So we see that we now have $125 left in the pre-tax IRA, $375 in the after-tax IRA, and now we've got our $500 in the Roth IRA. Could someone try to find a way around the rule by having multiple different IRAs? The answer is no. When the IRS is determining the portion of your IRAs that are pre-tax or taxable upon conversion, they look across all of your IRAs combined. So here we've got two different pre-tax IRAs at $2,000 each and an after-tax IRA with $1,000. There's also a 401k here noted, and for the sake of all our examples today, we're going to assume that's 100% pre-tax. However, 401ks and other retirement plans do not count towards this pro-rata rule. Therefore, we can look at the IRAs here and say that 80% of the dollars in there are pre-tax. So if we do any amount of Roth conversion of the IRAs, then 80% of the amount converted is going to count as taxable income. When you hear the expression a backdoor Roth conversion, what's being described is a situation where there are no pre-tax dollars in a traditional IRA. There may or may not be after-tax dollars. In this situation here, we just see the $1,000 in the after-tax traditional IRA. That could be converted without incurring any taxable income. You could also add new money to the account that's after tax. That is, you don't take a tax deduction that year, but then you convert it to Roth. That's the backdoor Roth conversion, and it has implications for whether or not you roll over a retirement plan like a 401k into a traditional IRA. Let's say that this year we took our retirement plan from our old job and we rolled it over into a traditional IRA. Here now we've got $2,000 in pre-tax dollars in the traditional IRA. If we convert this to Roth now, 2/3 of the amount converted, whether we just do $1,000 or we do all $3,000, 2/3 of that amount converted is going to be taxable. So we have to be very careful. The other issue that you have to be very careful about here is that the order in which you do the conversion and the rollover doesn't matter if they occur in the same year. So let's say in January, you convert all of your after-tax IRA to Roth. So the $1,000 is put into the Roth IRA account. And then in February, you roll over your $2,000 401k to the traditional IRA. When you file your tax return, you're going to still have to apply the pro-rata rule, and 2/3 of that amount that you converted to Roth is taxable income. So you have to be very careful about the backdoor Roth conversion strategy. Again, talk to a tax advisor if you're doing a rollover of an old retirement plan and a Roth conversion in the same year. You don't want to make any mistakes here. Lastly, let me finish the video as I like to by introducing you to a piece of classical music that's going to make your life a bit richer in a different way. Today, I want to share with you a waltz from the opera Yevgeny Onegin by Peter Ilyich Tchaikovsky. It's one of my favorite songs of all time, and there's versions of it that are just instrumental, but in the opera, of course, there is a chorus that sings. It's a peppy tune. It'll make you tap your toes. It is a waltz. I hope you enjoy it. Best of luck with your retirement strategy.